TvAsiaTelugu ప్రేక్షకులందరికీ hello and welcome to our talk show with experts. Manato unnaru mana immigration expert Rahul Reddy garu. Rahul garu, thank you so much for being on the show today.
Thanks for inviting me, garu.
Thank you, sir. Our program has been supported by AHA OTT platform. Please call our expert on 1-833-882-8872. The number again is 1-833-882-8872. Watch us on Yup TV, Facebook, YouTube, Sling TV, World BB TV, and Dish Network. All right. Are we ready for today, guys? Let's start with the topic at Mata. The I-485 document checklist. Now, if you're lucky and your dates are current, how do you prepare for it? What to prepare for? What are some of the things you should not be doing? And what are some of the things that you definitely should be doing? Rahul garu, I know a lot of people are waiting to hear this Sunday, so let's hear it straight from the horse's mouth.
So, Nitya, the main thing is that to file the application at the proper time. Most of the times we have seen this in 2007 and 2012 and 2020. Getting in the application is the most important thing. What are the main things that for the application to get into in the 485 application? The main thing is definitely getting the employer to sign a form called I-485J. That means that he's supporting for the 485Js. That means that he's supporting for the 485 application. That's very important. Only the employer that has an I-140 approval can do that. So if you are working with company A and you don't have an I-140 approval with company A cannot file the 485 application. It only should be with the company which either X, which you previously worked with, they can. Now, do you need to work with the company at the time when they file a 485? You don't have to. You don't have to. But they need to support you in filing the 485 application. That's the most crucial thing. Now, rest everything I'm going to tell you, if any documents are missing, you can still file the application. What you need to file is I-485. What you need to file is I-485J for you as a main applicant. For your dependent, you just need I-485 application. These are the main applications. Now, along with that, you should also submit your passport, I-94, which is available online, and passport, of course, you will have it. And then your H-1B approvals and I-20s that if you have got a school here, those are the things that you need to submit. Now, birth certificate, this is where the problem comes in. Now, if you don't have a birth certificate, you can file with 2 affidavits right now, but you need to try to get a birth certificate. If you can't get a birth certificate, you need to get a non-availability certificate. That means that no birth certificate is available for you.
Okay.
So that's very important. If you can work on it right now, I will appreciate it. If you belong to the Telugu states, though, what you need to do is that people bring in the municipality certificate. You can get the municipality certificate that's valid. But the best way to get the birth certificate is called 𝐒𝐔𝐲𝐵 birth certificate. In both states, it's called 𝐒𝐔𝐲𝐵. You need to pay 125 rupees and make an application. They will give you a birth certificate that is more authentic than compared to the other municipality and other things, because all the municipalities are transferred to 𝐒𝐔𝐲𝐵 right now. So can we file the 485 without birth certificate? We can. I mean, absolutely. You can always obtain it later on. But I would appreciate if you start working on the birth certificate. Now, medicals, don't hurry up, guys. There are 2 scenarios right now. If the priority date will be, final action date is current and they are going to give you the green card, it's fine if you would get a medical certificate. It's okay if you don't get the medicals.
Okay.
But if they're saying that everybody can file the 485 application, then you actually don't need to file the medical, because medical is only valid for 2 years. And most probably you won't get the green card. You'll get an EAD or advance parole. So you don't need the medical. So don't hurry up and go for the medicals. Time and time again, USCIS has clearly said it's okay to file the 485 application without medicals. They will never reject 485 application without medicals. Now, this was established in 2007, the rule that they will accept the applications without the medical, and it's been continuously now about 16 years they're accepting applications for the 485 without medicals. So no hurry for the medicals. Now, you can file the EAD in advance parole. We strongly recommend to file along with the 485 application. That's definitely a part of you can include them as a part of the application. So right now, for all of you guys, the crucial thing is that the employer If you have the employer ready, willingness to file the application, you can file the application. That's more important. Now, of course, you must have an I-140 approval to file the 485 application. So if you have not already got the perm and I-140, irrespective of whether the prior date is going to become current, you should try to obtain the labor and I-140 application, I-140 approval.
Got it, sir. Anything else you'd like to add to this?
No, that's already. We'll go.
Okay, sir. Thank you so much, Andy. Sir, let's proceed with our callers for today. Let's take our first caller for the day, Andy. Okay. Caller with number ending in 6861. 6861, we're ready for you now. Hello?
Hi, could you hear me?
Yes, sir. Can you please speak up a little bit more, if you don't mind? Yeah.
Yeah, can you hear me? Hi, Rahul.
Yeah, we can hear you now, sir. Yeah.
Can you hear me?
Please go ahead. Please go ahead, sir. We can hear you.
So my question for Mr. Rahul is, my 485 was filed in September of 2022, and my priority date in EB1A is November of 2017. But my 485 is still pending, and it's been close to 1 year. I opened a service request with the non-local field office that it has gone, and they replied me saying that they don't have resources to process my application, and they are processing application in the order it was received. But I know that someone, my friend, whose case went to the same field office 4 months after me, got an approval. So how do I handle this?
First of all, your priority date is not current right now. What do you want them to do? They can't give you the green card.
Because,
No.
but I opened service request when my priority date was current, and that time they replied me.
I got the point, though, but today the priority date is not current. Since today the priority date is not current, you can't tell them to give the green card. So what I would request you is that you can wait until the priority date becomes current, and then you can sue the USCIS to get the green card. Since you have an EB1 I-140 approved and your priority date is 2017, since your priority date is current. But right now, you can't do anything. You have to wait for the date.
And my another question is, so in EB1A, if I change jobs, I don't require a 485J, right? Because what I understand is EB1A is...
No, you don't. No, you don't.
Not dependent. Okay. And one other question, just to clarify, sir. So when my I-140 was filed in EB1A, my lawyer had put like consular processing, even though I was in the United States. And then we filed my EAD and AP, which I received, and 485. So I was questioning my lawyer that because of that confusion, there is a delay in my case. But they are telling me that people can have two things running in parallel.
I don't think so that is causing the delay for you at all. We'll go to the next caller. It's okay. Even if it's a consular processing, you can file the 485, you can file the EAD, you can file the advance parole, which you already got the EAD and advance parole. Thank you.
Yeah. So one question. Do I need to keep the job in the same field, or I can take like a higher position in different fields?
No, sir. You have to be in the same field for you to get the green card. We'll go to the next caller.
Thank you so much.
All right. Thank you, sir. Thank you so much for calling. Rahul Gar, before we take our next caller, I have a couple of questions for you. Again, one is something that we did discuss a little bit last week. As to all the dates becoming current in October, has there been any update on that, or,
Nothing, no update on that. There's a lot of people are anticipating now with the 56 congressmen writing the letters. Politically, the administration is going wild, left and right here with what's going on with, especially in Atlanta, what's going on with the president.
Yes.
The Congress is completely divided right now. It's been divided for a long period of time. So they don't intend to get any of the, they don't intend to get the priority date. They don't intend to move any legislation on immigration in the when it comes to the immigration. No bill is expected to get passed. So the administration needs to take some decisions. Recently, they took a decision. For example, they extended the EAD for certain countries like Ukraine and Sudan.
Okay.
Now, do they have to go to the administration? Do they have to go to the Congress to do it? No, they didn't go to the Congress. They did it by themselves.
Okay.
So
Wow.
can they do? Yeah, they can do that. They have made provisions prior to date current in 2007. Everybody current. You are one of the beneficiary for those things. So they have done it previously, and they have moved the priority dates very aggressively in 2012. They have moved very aggressively in 2020. So can they move everything? Can they make everything current? Absolutely, they can. Will they do it or not? I don't know. But we strongly recommend people to go to a RN Law Group blog, and we have created a letter where we can, people can write a letter to the administration and request them to make the priority dates correct.
Okay, sir. Thank you so much. All right. We can take our next caller now. All right. Caller with number ending in 9549. 9549. We're ready for you now. Hello? Hello?
Hello. Can you hear me?
Hello, ma'am. Yes, ma'am. We can hear you. Thank you for calling. Go ahead, ma'am.
Yeah. My passport is expired 4 months ago, and my current H4 status is valid until September 24th, 2025. So will it cause any issues in the future when I file H4 extension with the ESES?
I'm assuming that you're going to get a new passport, is that right?
Yes.
With an extension of passport. Absolutely will not cause any problem, because now your passport number is different. You have extended the passport. Will it cause any problem for you to get the extension of the I-94, which is already valid until September 2025? Will not have any problem.
Okay. And one more question, Andy. What is the concept behind a non-immigrant required to have a valid unexpired passport while we have a valid I-94?
No, ma'am. You're supposed to have a passport which is valid, which you said you expired though. You're not supposed to stay in a foreign country because this is not your country. Without a passport, you're not supposed to stay in any foreign country. That's a general rule anywhere. So I want you to do one thing. First, go and get your passport renewed, okay?
Yeah, okay, sir. Sure. And last question, Andy. My GCAD is due to expire in November. Can I go ahead and file a renewal, or should wait until my passport gets renewed?
You can file the renewal right now, ma'am. We'll go to the next caller.
Thank you.
Okay, thank you, ma'am. Thank you so much for calling. Quick couple of questions for you, Rahul Garu, before we take our next caller. Any idea on dates for processing visa from US itself for H-1Bs?
They said that by end of this year, they will start processing the stampings within United States. So they haven't yet given any instructions. We are right now and almost end of August. They haven't given any instructions to us at this point of time. So will they do it? Very, very likely that they will do it, because a lot of the consular posts are very busy right now. You see, in India, for the B2 applications, there is almost waiting period of 1.5 years for them to get an appointment.
Right.
So if they can take a load of it, because every time they move an employee from US to any other country, it costs US 3 times the amount of salary or amount of cost it costs to employ a person. So they can avoid all those things by having these stampings done within United States, as it used to be before 2004, almost 19, 20 years ago. It used to be like that. So they did said that they're going to do it. I'm particularly sure that they're going to. The only question is, will they do it this month, next month, or will they do it by end of this year, or will they do it January? I would certainly say that by January, they should be starting doing it.
Got it. All right. Okay, question from Abhishek says, my H-1B 797 and visa are expiring in November of 2025. However, on a recent entry, my I-94 was cut short to May of 2024. My old passport is expiring. I have a new passport now. Will a week in Mexico trip fix this?
The main thing is that he said his I-94 already expired, is that right? It said May
2024 and it's not expired yet.
A trip to Mexico, I'm assuming that he got the passport renewed. The trip to Mexico could extend it. But since his I-94 is already expired, I want him to have a chat with an immigration lawyer before he goes to Mexico. Now, if the I-94 wouldn't have expired though, I would have just told him, just go to Mexico and come back, it will be fixed. Since I-94 is expired, I still want him to have a chat with an immigration lawyer.
But he says I-94 was cut short to May of 2024, so that's next year, right?
Oh, sorry. I took it wrong.
No,
Thank you for correcting.
No.
Absolutely not a problem. He can go to Mexico. It'll be fixed.
Okay.
I take back.
Awesome.
He doesn't need to contact any lawyer. He just need to go to Mexico and have a margarita and come back. No problem. Now, if he flies, though, it will be fixed 99.99999%. If he drives, though, there is a possibility they may just let him come back on the same I-94, saying that it's not a meaningful entry. So I would recommend that he fly. And since his I-94 has not expired, I correct myself in that, has not expired, and he's going to expire in May of 2024, the best way would definitely be going to Mexico. It will be fixed. Instead of filing an extension, Mexico would be a better.
Got it, sir. Thank you so much. Let's take our next caller. Okay. Caller with number ending in 1828. 1828. We're ready for you now. Hello? Hello? Caller with number ending in 1828.
Yeah, can you hear me?
Yes, sir, we can hear you. Hi, sir.
Hello?
Go ahead, sir.
Thank you, Nitya. Thank you, Rahul, sir, for taking my call. I have a question related to my GCEAD. So we got GCEAD in 2022, and I asked this question before also, but this time it's different. But like to start my own company, and one of the way I saw was like I can start that company based on my wife's name. She's still on H1, but she has GCEAD, and there is a plan to move to completely to the EAD thing. So the question is like, can I start the business on her name now, or is it after moving to EAD?
Well, when she starts a business on her own, that is automatically converting herself into an EAD. There is no formal process to inform the USCIS that she's moving to EAD. Just she starts a business, that's EAD is activated, that's all. Now, is self-employment allowed in the 485 application? Let's say you're a software engineer, and then can you be a software engineer by self-employed? Absolutely, you can. In the 485 application, in the 485, while you are in the 485, you have an EAD. Can you be self-employed? Absolutely, you can. But you still need to be in the same profession, though. In the main job should be in the same profession. The secondary job, that means that, let's say, for example, in the evening time, you want to do Uber. That's fine. You can do that. Uber is not part of your profession, but a software, let's assume that software is a profession, you can. The main job has to be in the profession.
Okay. Okay, that makes sense. So she has to be in the employed, and then on the side we can have the company.
Wait. Who is the main applicant, she or you?
No, I mean, I'm as part of legally, she will be the owner of the company, but we'll be running.
That's on the 485 application. Who has the I-140 approval?
I do.
So you are the main applicant in the 485. When it comes to her, though, we don't check into what profession she is in. She is a dependent on a dependent EAD. She can flip a burger in McDonald's. She can be a Microsoft CEO. She can sit at home and do nothing. All of those things are allowed. Only for you, your main profession should be relevant to the I-140 approval. Your secondary, if you want to do a secondary job, that's fine. She, on the contrary, is a dependent 485 application, so she can do whatever she wants to.
Okay, makes sense. Yep. So I have to be in that job, and partly we can do. But we also mentioned in the past that on EAD we can also not having a job. Like I can be in US without a job. Is that?
No, that is not true. If you, for the 485 applicants, those people who are waiting though, they must have a continuous job offer. So at any point of time, if they lose the job, the USCIS may deny the 485 application. But there are ways around it. Self-employment is one thing that they can be. A job offer may save even though they don't have a job, but the USCIS may take it, hey, why are you not working while you have a job? So they may still deny the application. Having a job is very, very, very important. Otherwise, you'll be risking. Now, self-employment in the similar fields is absolutely allowed. Okay? Thank you.
Yeah. Thank you, sir. Thank you.
We'll go to the next call.
Thank you, sir. Thank you so much for calling, Andy. All right, let's take our next caller. Okay, caller with number ending in 4469. 4469, we're ready for you now. Hello?
Hello, Nithya. Can you hear me?
Hi, sir. Yes, sir, we can hear you. Please go ahead, sir.
Hello, Rahul Gaurav. Yeah. So I'm a GC holder, and I applied for my wife as a dependent 485, and she got an interview in 2 weeks. And she's on H1 right now. The question is, I got a new job and I plan to relocate in a month. So I would like to apply for H1 amendment. So the question is, can we relocate after applying H1, or should we wait for the approval for the H1B amendment?
Amendment. No, sir. You don't. H1B amendment need to be filed for the location change. It doesn't have to be approved. So let's say, for example, you're moving to Dallas from California, and you file the H1B amendment, you can move. You don't have to wait for the amendment approval.
Okay. Okay, that's good then. Yeah. So the reason is within 2 weeks she's having the interview, which I want to accompany her as per the the notice what we got. So does it impact? So we can initiate the process, right? Even she has the interview in 2 weeks, we can because the plan is at the end of the month I have to be relocated. So I can start the process in parallel, right? Does not impact the interview process.
Interview of the 485 and the H1B amendment are two different things, though. But one question that I'm a bit worried about is that when you file the 485 application, were you not living together at one location?
No, we are living together in one location.
Okay, got it. Yeah, okay, that's fine. You can file an amendment, even though the interview is in 2 weeks, it won't negatively affect. Okay?
Oh, yeah. Oh, that's good then. Yeah. So the other question is, for the 485, the notice has mentioned we have to bring the W-2 forms and the last 3-year tax returns for my wife, right? So as a accompanying person, I do not need any of the documents, right? I just need my green card and my 485 approval. So
no, you already submitted the income tax returns at the time when you filed the 485 application. You said you are a green card holder. When you filed the I-485 application, there is something called I-864. You filled it. You submitted the income tax returns. You need to also carry those things, the W-2 forms and the income tax returns for the past 3 years. Okay.
All right. Okay. Yeah. So the filled the tax forms, is that the final approval when we submit those to the federal department, right? Those printouts are enough, right? What are the approved the tax forms? I'm not sure because I have the final forms. That's all I have.
You take the final income tax returns. You also need to take the income tax transcripts, I would suggest. You go to irs.gov. It'll take about 20-25 minutes for you to download your income tax returns. I would get them also and keep them with me, just in case sometimes officers says, no, I don't know whether I should trust this one or not.
Hello?
Okay. Yeah.
Sir, just hold on for a second. I think there's some signal issues.
Yeah, we lost this connection.
Internet connection. Yeah, just hold on for a second, please.
ఆకర్షణీయమైన చీరలు, అప్పురపరిచే ధరలు, అందరికీ నచ్చిన అందరూ మెచ్చిన షో మన లక్కీ మహిళ. బోలెడంత ఎక్సైట్మెంట్, వండర్ఫుల్ విన్నింగ్ మూమెంట్స్.
ఎగ్జాక్ట్ చెప్పారు, మీరే గెలుచుకున్నారండి. కంగ్రాచులేషన్స్, $220.
సెలబ్రిటీ హోస్ట్లు, అదిరిపోయే పంచులు, సరదా సరదా కబుర్లు.
ఆశ దోశ అప్పడం బడ హెల్ప్ మీరు ఆడుతున్నారు.
ఇలా మరెన్నో మెమరబుల్ మూమెంట్స్ తోటి 3rd యానివర్సరీ జరుపుకుంటోంది మన లక్కీ మహిళ. Watch it live only on TvAsia Telugu. మీ అందరికీ 3rd యానివర్సరీ శుభాకాంక్షలు.
So can you please?
The caller is still there?
Yes, sir. He's still there.
Do you have any, does he have any?
Yeah. So I lost you on that. Yeah. Regarding the tax form, it will be downloaded from IRS.
Right. You can go to irs.gov. You can download the tax form. It takes about 10-15 minutes for you to download. Keep it together and take it with you. They may ask you about it. That'll be easier, okay?
Okay, yeah. So I can do it for myself and also for my wife. So I can print those transcripts. Yeah, that will be helpful.
Right. That is right.
All right. Okay, yeah. So apart from that, some of the additional documents regarding the the insurance forms, medical, and the joint tax returns. So do we need just the marriage license and the rental insurance? Those are enough, right? At least like 2 to 3 documents, or we need a total list of like 6 to 7.
No. You need to take a lot of lease agreement, income tax returns, bank statements, photos that you have both been living together, and you have any travel that you have done together. If there is an insurance that is for you and your wife together, you need to carry. Anything where your driving license should show the same address. All those things you need to carry. We call them as a living together documents. The reason why she is getting the green card is because she is your wife, and then they want to see is she a real wife or not. So you need to take all the documents. Okay. All the laundry list.
All right.
Okay. Thank you.
Okay. Thank you, Andy. Yeah, that helps. Yeah. Thank you very much.
Thank you, sir. Thank you so much for calling, Andy. All right, let's take our next caller.
Yeah.
Okay. Caller with number ending in 5736. 5736. We're ready for you now. Hello.
Hi, Nitya Garu. Hi, Rahul.
Hi, sir. Hi, sir. We can hear you, sir. Please go ahead.
Okay. Thank you, Andy. So my question is I have I-140 with 2021 as my priority date. And my fiance is a US citizen, and we are planning to get married next year. So I want to know my next steps, after marriage, how the situations are going to be like. Should I still go with my I-485 process thing, and what are the other side of the picture of this situation?
What is your priority date in your I-140, you said?
2021.
Just file the 485 application. So once you get married with her, file an I-130 and 485, and put an end to me very soon in your life.
Okay.
Simple.
Sure. Yeah. Thanks, Rahul.
Yeah. You don't have to wait in line for your priority date to get current and all those things. Just I-1 for US citizen spouses, the priority date is all the time current. Okay. And will be.
Okay. Gotcha.
Thank you, sir.
Gotcha. Thank you. Thank you.
Much for calling, Andy. All right. Before we take our next caller, Rahul, we got a couple of questions for you, Andy. Question from Yogita Shidde. She says, is it... just give us a minute, sir. Okay. Yogita Shinde says, is it okay to keep certain sections of the I-485 blank, which are not applicable, or do we have to write NA for all the spaces that are there?
If you can write NA, that's fine, but they're not going to reject it if you don't write an NA, though. Previous to October of 2020, though, they have some rejections when people have not put NA, but the USCIS has reversed its policy. They're not going to reject it if you don't put NA.
Okay, thank you, sir. Question from Venkat CH says, my passport has expired 4 months ago. My H4 status is valid until September of 2025. Will it cause any issues in the future filing of H4 extensions?
We already answered this question.
Okay.
We spoke with them.
I remember that, but I just wanted to make sure it's not a different person. Okay. Raj Bandapati says, based on the current USCIS policy update on 8/24, will my son be covered? We acquired 21 months on the I-140 approval. My son was aged out for 14 months before November of 2020, and so didn't apply for a 485.
The USCIS has issued recently a notification with regards to the CSPA, where if the persons have not filed the 485 applications because under the old law, where they're not protected, but since the new, from past 5-6 months, they're protected, though, they can file the application right now. So you should contact an immigration lawyer if your son could have filed the 485 application at the time and didn't file it because you thought that he's not eligible to get the green card to that basis. They can still refile the application right now.
Oh, okay. That's good to hear, sir. All right. Thank you, Rahul Garu. Let's take our next caller, Andy. Okay, caller with number ending in 1056. 1056, we're ready for you now. Hello?
Hi, Rahul. Thanks for helping the community. I have a question. I filed I-485 on 2020 October, and my daughter is also included in that application. So she is aging out. She's about 21 years now. So I know that if she is going to marry someone, she will lose the dependent status from me. But if she gives birth to a child without marriage, is it going to be she's still considered as my dependent?
Yes. Yes. If she conceives a child, if she's not married, though, she can continue on the 485 application. Absolutely, that's not a problem.
She haven't married, but she has given birth to a child. That's okay, right? She's still in my dependent. Is that right?
She's still a dependent. Only the marriage destroys as a dependent. The child birth will not.
Perfect. Thank you, sir.
Congratulations, sir.
Have a lovely day.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Thanks for calling us, sir. Congratulations. All right. Let's take our next caller. Okay. Caller with number ending in 2214. 2214, we ready for you now? Hello?
Hello?
Hello, sir? Go ahead, sir. We can hear you.
Hear me?
Yeah.
Okay, thank you. Yeah, hi, ma'am. I have a question like I received a Form G56 interview notice to appear in a field office. So what is this G56 interview notice?
Okay, did you file the 485 application?
Yes, I applied 485 3 years back, like
so
everyone
it is
downgraded and then.
Okay, so it is a 485. It is a 485 interview that they are conducting. The form that they issued you for the interview is what the number that you're speaking. You can ignore that number. You've been called for the 485 interview. I would strongly recommend that you go through a mock interview with your immigration lawyer so that everything is covered.
Okay.
And people are asking the question, hey, my date is not current. Why am I getting interviewed? No, you can get interviewed even if your date is not current.
Okay. Yeah, it is strange, like some people are getting a different interview letter, like a regular green card interview letter.
Right. So typically when it comes from the district office, though, it comes in a different format. So you can ignore the format,
Okay.
but at the end of the day is that you're getting interviewed for 485 and you need to be prepared for it.
Okay. Same like everyone do, like prepare for that.
Same like everybody, yes.
Oh, okay. Thank you so much, sir. Yeah.
When you get a chance, I want you to search the YouTube AOS interview Ready and Human. We give instructions, special instructions. I can predict you. Will you be sitting on the left chair? There'll be 2 chairs in front, 2 chairs at the back. You'll be sitting in the front 2 chairs. If you and your wife will go, I can predict with certainty, 99% certainty, will you be sitting on the left side or right side? I can tell. So watch that video. To that extent, we give it the details. Okay.
Oh, awesome. Yeah. Thank you. I'll definitely watch that. Thank you, sir. Yeah. Thank you.
Thank you, sir. Thank you so much for calling, Andy. All right.
How do I predict the person will be sitting? Is typically the main applicant will be there. So when the monitor is on the right side, because on the desk the monitor is on the right side, on the left side will be the 2 chairs. The officer would like to have the person to be sitting on the left chair. But if the monitor is on the left side, they want the main applicant to be sitting on the right side.
On the right.
So that's the 485 interview is very important. The reason is that when you have all these things prepared, though, what questions they're going to, 80% of the questions will come from the 485 itself. And they will have all the employment related questions. They prepare very well, though. It'll be much better for them when they go. Will they be tensed at the time when they go for the 485? Absolutely, they'll be tensed. Can they sleep the night before when they go for the 485? I did not sleep for past 3 days before I went to the 485 interview. So even though I myself, I've attended so many other interviews with my clients, when it came to me, I was so tense I couldn't even sleep.
Oh,
so
my God.
Can I make anything as much as I can make comfortable with the client? So I tell them, to watch the video with what questions that they're going to ask. So they'll be a little bit more comfortable than what they are. So they should watch the video.
Right. No, Rahul, it's so good to hear, your experience as well, because I know a lot of people will be thinking they're just sort of alone in this, but to know that you as an immigration attorney also had the same, sort of butterflies in your stomach, that anticipation and all that stuff, it's good to hear that. So, other people can also feel a little more comfortable. All right. So before we take our next caller, let's just get a couple of questions. The question from Mahek Patel says, do we require to have our original passport for the 485 application?
You don't have to give to anybody. You just need to make a copy and submit it with the 485 application. Do you submit the original to the USCIS? No, you don't. Just a copy.
Okay. All right. Question from Lavender says, we sent in medicals in response to a medical RFE in September of 2022. We are all expecting GC by the 30th of September 2022. Still says it's pending. Priority date is 2012 July. She's asking, is GC approval, only possible if the final action dates are current, or is it possible even if the date is current only under filing date?
Only if the final action date is current, your green card is possible. If it's only filing date, they cannot give you the green card. Since your prior to final action date is not current right now, they can't give you the green card. You'll have to wait.
Got it. Okay. Thank you, sir. Let's take our next caller. Okay, caller with number ending in 2558. 2558, we're ready for you now. Hello? Caller with number ending in 2558, we're ready for you.
Hello.
Hello, sir.
Hi, ma'am. Hi, Nitya.
Hi, sir. Thank you for calling. Yeah, all good, sir. Please go ahead, sir. Go ahead.
Yeah, I have 2 questions, ma'am. So, one question is married to US citizen, right? and we had an interview, and our I-130 is approved. Okay, and our I-485 application, they're asking for I-693 to submit the medical, and I did submitted the medical.
So,
Hello?
So I submitted medical, yeah, and it's been like 3 months, more than, actually 5th month. I'm still
I want you to raise a service request if you have not already raised it.
Service request, yeah, I did that one, and there is no update actually.
Then the only other way is to sue the USCIS. Take them to the court.
Okay, are you guys able to do this one, and what is the procedure? How long
Not me, but you can contact Stephen Brown in our office. He is the one who does it. Okay.
Okay. Approximate cost. How much does it cost? Like one to one? Just
anywhere between 4,000 to 7,000.
Oh, okay. Can I get the contact information? Like, can I go to
you can,
like company website?
Just go to my company website, RN Law Group, and then you can get the details. If not, send to the general email address, and we'll respond to it. Okay. Thank you.
Yeah, and yeah, sure. Thank you. And one more question. Sorry. So,
go ahead, sir. Go ahead. Go ahead.
Yeah, one of my friends came to US. So they just wanted to understand whether they are eligible for STEM extension, whether they are eligible for their course. So their course in the I-20, it's a master program. It's a science. So, but the code number it starts with 512 or something. So does they are eligible?
I can't tell with the code number at this point of time. But when you can contact the DSO, the designated student official, and ask if the degree is a STEM degree or not. Though sometimes even MBAs can be a STEM degrees. Sometimes the computer science can be not a STEM degree too. So we can't tell based on that. So just simple question to the DSO: is it a STEM degree or not? Now, if it's not a STEM degree, one other suggestion that I would tell them to do it is that even though the first semester they can do the non-STEM degree, they can convert that into a STEM degree later on in the second semester and try to get the graduation done in the STEM degree so that they will be eligible for 1 year OPT plus 2 years of STEM extension.
Excellent. Yeah, thank you, Rahul. Yeah, that's what. I think you given whatever the information I needed, and really appreciate for what you're doing. Thank you so much.
Thank you, sir. Thank you for calling in. All right. Okay, let's take our next caller. All right, caller number ending in 3713. 3713. We're ready for you now. Hello. Caller with number ending in 3713. We ready for you? Hello? 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 Sir, caller with number ending in 3713. We ready for you?
Uh-oh, he doesn't want to speak with us.
I know. I'm sorry. All right, let's try another caller. Okay, caller with number ending in 1605. 1605, we're ready for you now. Hello?
Yeah, hello, hi sir. My name is Indra. I have a question regarding my regarding this I-485 application. So my I-140 has been approved 2 years back with my previous employer. So from the HR policy perspective, they are doing I-485 for only employees who are on the payroll. And currently, I'm working as a full-time employee for my client. And so let's say, if the period date becomes current, so they have to file the I-485 compulsorily by going back to my previous employer, or can I wait until my new employer files my perm and labor and get the the new I-140 approval?
Yes, you can wait, but it may take 2 years for you to file the 485 application. If you wait, if you go back to the old company and you go back to the payroll of the company, if they're willing to file, if they give that chance to you, if you get the chance, take it.
Yeah.
If not, you don't have an option. Beggars can't be choosers. You have to wait.
Yeah. Okay, sir. And like another question, sir, like like when providing employment history and address history for like on the I-485 application, like so like how long we have to go back? So it's like 5 years or 10 years?
5 years. 5 years.
5 years only. Okay, only 5 years. So sir, and so sir, the best option for me is to like if my previous employer accepts me to come under his payroll, like you suggest me to go back to him, right?
Go for it. Go for it. You can get rid of us in 6 months. Because if you wait for the current employer to file the labor certification, we don't know when he's going to start it. Once he starts it, it takes approximately 2 years. You're going to save that extra 2+ years by going back to the old employer and filing the 485. Absolutely, I would do it if I were you. Next.
Yeah, okay, sir. I mean, but okay, sure, sir. No, I mean, like I mean to say, yes, ma'am. Like one last question. I mean, given the nature of my job, like I cannot afford to lose my job for now, sir. So I think I mean, like if the chance is there, I will definitely go back. I mean, if not, then no. So I mean, like I don't have to. I mean, like I don't have any option. I have to stay with my current employer and wait for the remaining 2 years, sir. So.
Okay. Well, I said, yep. If you get a chance, go. Otherwise, you'll have to wait for 2 years, sir. We'll go to the next person.
Yeah.
Okay, sure. Yeah. Thank you so much, sir. Thank you.
Thank you so much for calling, sir. Yeah. Let's take our next caller, Andy. Okay. Caller with number ending in 0453. 0453. We're ready for you now. Hello?
Hello.
Caller with number ending in... Hello, sir?
Yeah. Can you hear me?
Yes, sir. I can hear you, sir. Please go ahead.
Okay. Okay. Good evening, Rahul Garu. My question is for siblings GC sponsoring. I know it is taking 18 years or so. But suppose if they are on tourist visa, if they are on tourist visa and if they are in US, is it possible to apply EAD and advance payroll?
No, sir. No, sir, you can't. Until the date become correct, which you said is 10 years, which actually is 18 years. No, sir, you cannot file the EAD in advance parole.
Oh, okay. Thanks, sir.
It's backlogged to 2005 right now. So it's, to be exact, it is 18 years waiting. 1st September 2005. Thank you.
Okay.
We'll go to the next call.
All right. Thank you, sir. Thank you so much for calling, Andy. Rahul, got a quick couple of questions before we take our next caller. There's an RK Reddy says, do we need to be ready with any latest W-2s and pay stubs as well for 485s along with all the 797s?
No, we don't submit the W-2s and pay stubs when we file the 485 application, though. I know that your friends and colleagues who filed in 2020, we had to include assets, declare the assets. We have to declare the bank statements. We have to provide the income tax returns. But when they're done with it, they said, we don't need those things anymore. So we don't have to submit those things anymore. So we don't require the W-2 forms. We don't require the pay stubs to file the 485 application.
Got it. Got it. All right. A question from Prasad PP says, Rahul Garu, I moved from US to Canada and I'm currently working with the Canadian entity of the company. I-140 currently with the same company. My H-1B expires this month end. Can my employer still file a 485 for me? And do I need to be in the US?
The only problem is you have to be in US to file the 485 application. If you want to get the green card in while you're outside the country, they have to convert the I-140 into consular processing. And then it may take entire 3 years process for you to get a green card. So if you get an option though, fly on H-1B into United States and file the 485 application.
Okay, got it, got it. Okay. Okay, question from Sheikh Mujahid says, is the R1 GC process faster than GC process for EB to India?
Yes, it is. Definitely.
So what is this R1 GC process?
This is a religious visa. I'm looking into the priority dates right now for Indian nationals. It's backlogged to 2018. R1 is if you're a pastor, if you are a pujari, if you are an imam, and then it's called religious workers green card. Definitely that process is much faster than the EB2. EB2 is backlogged all the way to 2011, and this one is 2018. So which definitely is much better.
Oh wow, okay. Got it.
So yes.
But that is assuming that they're coming in as a religious.
Yeah, even Nitya, let's say for example, you have the qualification to become pujari though. You can convert your H1B into R visa. You can apply the green card in that and then get the green card through that. So now we can start doing one thing, cut the hair and put that whatever that is, and then start wearing the dhoti and learn some things, and then probably get it. Yeah, you can. If you are eligible for it.
Okay.
There is certain training and certain things required to be eligible for religious visa, not that you just chant some mantras.
I was going to ask that.
You must have at least 2 years experience in those. In those. But if you do, if you are eligible for those things, yeah, why not? You can.
So, are you saying that when a person is on an H1B here currently, they can be a pujari as a secondary? No, can they do be a pujari as a secondary thing, or can they completely convert because if they don't have prior experience?
They have to convert into religious worker and get the green card, and they can.
Okay. Awesome, sir. Good to know that.
You'll be wondering.
Everybody's running to a temple or a church or a mosque right now, but there
are some schools. There are some schools that teach the student to become pastors.
Right.
So nothing wrong with it, and they can work and get the religious visa here. So yeah, they can.
Okay, thank you, sir. Good to know that. Actually, it's enlightening how much I have learned personally hosting this show. It's amazing. It's amazing. All right, let's take our next caller. Okay, caller with number ending in 0789. 0789. We're ready for you now. Hello.
Hello, Nitya Garu.
Hi, sir. Thank you for calling,
Am
sir.
I audible now?
Yes, sir. You're audible. Please go ahead.
Hello, Rahul Garu. Big fan, sir. Thank you so much for arranging this kind of session. I do have two quick questions, sir. One is date of birth certificate should be in Telugu. Should be in English. So mine is in Telugu. So do I need to translate it? If yes.
Yeah, if you have it in Telugu, you can translate it in English. So it's very easy. There are some translation services that will charge you about $50 and will give a notarized translation saying that it's translated to English, and they will translate it. But my question is, if you're born in Telugu states though, you have 𝐒𝐓𝐓𝐻𝐕. 𝐒𝐓𝐓𝐻𝐕 birth certificate is in both language, English and Telugu. You don't need translation. So instead of spending this $50, I would spend $125 rupees and get the 𝐒𝐓𝐓𝐻𝐕 birth certificate.
Okay, it's better to apply new. Okay, thank you, sir. And my other question is, me and my wife both should have death certificate, right? Date of birth certificates, right?
That's right. I just want to correct myself or yourself in one thing. You can apply the 485 with the Telugu language as long as you give an accurate translation and a notarization saying that it's an accurate translation. You can file the 485. No problem with it. I just want you to have a little bit easier way. That's the reason I'm to tell you to go to 𝐒𝐓𝐓𝐻𝐕, okay? But it's not essential. Yes, both of you guys should have a birth certificate because both of you guys will be filing the 485. You're not going to file just 5 years. I'm not going to file for my wife. I'm not going to spend that much money. I don't think so. You're that kind of guy. So you will need birth certificate for both the people.
Thank you very much, sir. So,
Thank you. Thank you, sir. Thank you so much for calling, Andy. All right. Looks like, okay. Oh, wow. There's a listener called Mahesh Babu. I didn't know Mahesh Babu was watching our show also. Says, how confident are you on the new bipartisan bill by Raja Krishnamurthy passing for making all the dates current. And
It's not a bill.
also, okay. And he
It's not a
says,
bill
could
material.
you also let me
Yeah,
know
go ahead.
what documents are required to apply for the I-485?
The reason I'm we have to have a little bit more hope on this one is because it's not a bill. What Raja Krishnamurthy is telling is that, hey, administration, you have done the priority dates current in 2007. Everything went very smoothly at that point of time. You can do the same thing right now. You don't need to go to Congress. As a Congress member, he's telling that, and the 56 Congress members are telling it. Hey, because they know nothing is going to get done in the Congress. So it's not a bill. So that's, I just want to correct him on that. What documents are required, you can just go, as I pointed out, employer is the main important thing for you to sign the I-485J supplement. And then, of course, your I-94, your passport, your H-1Bs, your I-20s, and all those legal status of those things. Those are absolutely essential for you, and birth certificate. Those are absolutely essential for you to file the 485. Medical is optional, but yeah, you can file without medical.
Got it. All right. Question again, sir, for you. This is from Ram. Says, sir, can I renew the H-1B cap petition after its initial 797B expiration? It was expired as I was on L1 status.
If you maintain the H-1B at any point of time, you had H-1B, now you moved on to the L1 visa. When I say you were on H-1B, you had a valid I-94, you worked in the United States, absolutely you can move on back to H-1B. No problem with it. But when you say you just had an H-1B without an I-94, technically you are not counted toward the H-1B number. For you to be counted toward the H-1B number, it must have had an I-94. So I really don't know the answer for that.
Okay.
Whether you had an I-94 or not.
Makes sense. All right. Sir, if you're watching this, please give us a call so we can get some more clarification from you before we can help you out with this. Rahul got a question from Ramesh Patil. Says, while I-485 was submitted, I filed myself. Can I take a lawyer for the interview?
Yes, he can take a lawyer. Even though he has submitted by himself, can he take a lawyer? Absolutely, he can.
Okay. And a question from Kailash Ale says, my daughter is 17 years old. My I-140 priority date is now 4 years in EB2. Has the CSPA changed at all? Does she have to apply for an F1 visa after she becomes the legal age? Please advise.
I'm assuming his priority date is 2018 or 2017. Is that what you said by 4 years? I couldn't get the idea.
Yeah, even I didn't understand that. He just says he's now 4 years in
EB2. So I'm assuming that his priority date is 2019 or 2018. So if his daughter, let's assume that it's 2018 though. And let's assume that the priority date filing date does not become current and they don't file a 485 application by the time the daughter becomes 21. Absolutely, she will not be covered by CSPA. She will not be covered by CSPA. And she will have to move to the F1 visa before she turns 21.
Got it. Okay. All right. Thank you, sir.
This is going to be a major problem for a lot of people, especially those people who came with the kids in United States. They came from outside the country, Nitya. It's going to be a nightmare because these kids don't know what their home country is. And they can't be relocated back to India because of their cultural school and other things that they are. How we're going to face this one is going to be a nightmare unless they make the priority dates current and file the application. Then otherwise, it's going to be a nightmare for these kids.
Sir, why and when did this thing become a rule, about these kids aging out, when, they came in as kids and the application was already filed? It shouldn't matter, at what age they get their green cards, right? And in that case,
no, that's not how the rule says that. Let me tell the example of it, okay? So the CSPA, it's been there for a long period of time. I think so. It's about CSPA was about even in 2007. I recall the CSPA age, where once you file the 485 application, if the priority date is correct, they would have been protected, even if they become 21. That's a rule that CSPA covers. Now, but the problem is that if the date doesn't become, what will happen? So we didn't used to face the problem until 2007 or 2005. Priority dates used to be current. At least in 3-4 years, they used to become current. Now, the priority date is backlogged all the way to 2011, which is approximately 12-13 years, and is expected to be backlogged for a long period of time. So all these kids who have come in are aging out. This problem didn't used to exist before. This problem is existing right now, and it's going to be a nightmare going forward.
Sir, what can we do to help either alleviate this or, bring some talk about this?
Now, as I pointed out, there are a lot of legislations which are there to protect these kids, saying that if the child is in USA and you file the I-140 application, the kid is automatically protected and they'll be covered under this. There are a lot of legislations, but from the beginning, what we're telling is that the legislation, the Congress is not going anywhere. They're not passing any law. The administration has to do. So Raja Krishnamurthy, with his letter though, if they make the priority date current of the date of filing current to file it, with the recent policy change of the USCIS saying that previously it was only the final action date that would have saved, the USCIS now reversed it and says, even if the filing date is current and the final action date is not current, the child will be saved. So we have that protection. If Raja Krishnamurthy were to be implemented, his letter to be implemented, the priority dates are going to be current for filing dates. Most of the kids, if not most of the kids, will be saved by this. So that's all we can do right now. Going to Congress is not going to happen. They're not going to do, they don't do anything in the Congress. So we need to get it done from the administration.
Okay.
And I did drafted a letter in support of Raja Krishnamurthy's letter, so people should write those letters too. I will request the TvAsiA people to put the link in there. They will, in the next 1 to 2 hours, I'll request them to put the link there.
Okay, so for people who are watching this, please take this seriously. Whether your kid is currently aging out or not, I think this is a big issue. It's happening right now, and it could possibly continue to happen in the future as well if it's not addressed right now. This particular thing that this gentleman is doing seems to be addressing a lot of issues under that one thing of making the priority dates current. So if you have kids who have come here from a different country and there's a possibility of them aging out before they get their green cards and stuff, please go ahead and take this template. Please write a letter. Rahul Garu will post the links out there in a couple of hours. Please take this seriously and send out these letters because you can effect change. So please go ahead and do that. All right. Thank you so much for that, Rahul Garu. Let's take our next caller, Andy. Okay, caller with number ending in 7059. 7059, we're ready for you now. Hello?
Hey, thanks for taking my call, Nitya Garu and Rahul. So here is my name is Vinod and I'm calling from Dallas, Texas. So my question is very simple. Like I've got my GC like 2 years ago in the January of 2021, and my fiance lives in India, right? So what is the legal process to get her to the U.S. so that we can start a family? Because she's not associated with U.S. So I'm wondering, is there any pathway for to start the legal process? I just want some raw
for you to file an application, since you're a green card holder, you have to be married. Mm-hmm. That's the number one rule. The other thing is that if you get married, to bring her on a green card or through you though, the process may take anywhere between 2.5 years to 3 years. The only exception that I can think about for her is that if she is already in USA though, it's a different story though. You can file the 485 application soon in October of 2023. You can file the 485 application. And you know that once you file the 485 application, you get an E-8 in advance parole and then eventually you get a green card. That a provision is. But if she is outside the country, we have to go through the consular processing. Now, is there any way to bring her into the United States? Can we bring her on B2 because she's getting married to a green card holder? Absolutely not. And if she has an intention to get married to a green card holder, she cannot even get an F1 visa too. So the only thing is that if she comes here without having any intention. When she changes her intention, you can file the 485 application. Now, the other option is obviously if she comes here on H1, even though she has an intention to get married to a green card holder, even though she wants to file the 485 application as soon as she lands, she can still come back or come into US on H1 and L1 visa or L1 visa, sorry. Okay?
Oh, okay. Okay. The only thing I can think of is like she already has the B1, B2 visa. As a tourist, she came like a couple of years before. But I mean, that's something like you're not recommending it, right? Because I mean, if you have intention of getting married, I think coming here, taking here on the tourist visa and then changing the status is not going to help, right?
Let's say I don't want to discuss with you on this TvAsia. But let me clarify, and I don't want I would, Nithya Garu, I want him to be muted because I don't want any more commitments coming from him. Can you do that? And I will speak. I'll speak. Now, here is
sir, I'm going to put you on mute, sir.
And don't unmute him. He will get the message, hopefully, sir.
Okay.
Here is the thing. If she does not have an intention to marry, he comes into United States on a B2. And then she changes her intention after she coming into United States. And they get married in United States. He can file the 485 application. They will live ever after, so good, so nice, and get rid of me in their life sooner.
Okay.
Now, if she has the intention of getting married to this guy, if she has an intention of filing the 485, then technically she's not supposed to come back and become on a B2. Then she has to go through this consular processing, a nightmare consular processing. Believe me, it's a nightmare because to have a young couple separate for 3 years, God knows what kind of struggle we go through when we have to speak with these individuals, say that you have to stay separately for the next 3 years. It's a nightmare. I tell them, you have to write an affidavit for me so that you don't complain about the timing process. And this guy can file an I-130 application and have to wait for 3 years for this lady to join. So here, the main thing is that did they already made their intentions very clear to get married? Is it certain that they're going to get married? So that intention is very important. Now, people may ask, how do they know the intentions? Well, you know, you have now, right now, you're in social media, you're a lot of different things. They can come to, they will check your WhatsApp to know the things. If she does not have an intention to get married, the best one is she comes here and changes her intention. Now, I hope he got it.
Got the point?
That's
yes.
all. Yeah, I hope he got the point. I don't want him to speak anymore, especially on TvAsia, okay?
All right, so thank you for calling. We're not going to unmute you. So unless if you have further questions, call back later, but we have no connection between this one and that one.
Okay.
All right. Thank you, sir, and have a nice day. Okay. Sorry. Question for you, Rahul Garu. Question from Ravi Andy. He says birth year on the birth certificate is 1 year older than the birth year on passport. So it says 87 versus 88. Will this be a problem for the I-485?
Yes, it's going to be a major problem for I-485. There are two ways to fix it. One, if you can fix the date in the birth certificate, it's fine. Otherwise, we will have to reinvent the entire will, which is not a big deal. I mean, we have gone through a lot of these things. So first thing is that you first have to go to the passport office, say, show them the birth certificate, they'll change the passport. And then from there onwards, you will keep on changing everywhere, H1B, Social Security, I-94, every time you go to that step, you'll have to do it. So either you correct there or you have to correct it. If not, your 485 will be denied. So either of those steps, correct in the birth certificate or you correct your entire life, you need to correct.
Got it. Okay.
Sometimes you can't correct the date of birth there. So we go through the process of passport. It's not that tedious, but it takes about 1-2 years to correct all those things.
Gotcha.
But when you're filing the 485, don't include the birth certificate though. That's going to cause confusion. If you have to file the 485 immediately and you will not have any lawyers contacting you in advance, because especially those lawyers who have experience in Indian birth certificates, don't include the birth certificate. That's going to be a nightmare for you.
Okay. Gotcha. That makes sense, sir. All right. There's a question from Ram. He says, how to utilize an approved petition without any stamping for a future employer when I'm planning to be on L1A in the US with another employer?
Repeat the question.
How to utilize an approved petition without no stamping for future employer when I'm planning to be on L1A in the US with another employer?
Good question. This is a very good question.
Rahul, can you explain what this means, sir?
What he wants is that he wants to be counted toward the H-1B number, but he doesn't want himself to be converted into H-1B. So normally you get to choose. I normally tell people, avva kavalna, buvva kavalna. You have to pick only one. So this guy cleverly wants to be counted toward the H-1B and still maintain the L1 without leaving the job. He wants avva and buvva. He wants avva. And there is a solution for it.
Oh, wow. Okay.
There is a solution for it. Okay. So what he technically needs to do is that, first thing is that I tell people to, this is very important lesson, never get a H-1B in consular processing unless you are outside the country. Get it in USA, okay? Because technically you'll be counted toward H-1B. And this is the right time for the people to listen what I'm telling. You get the H-1B. There are some people, I want to maintain the H-4, but I want to be counted toward the H-1B. I want to maintain the L-1, but I want to be counted to the H-1B. I want to maintain the L-1B, but I want to be counted to the H-1B. There is a solution. We have told this solution before, and I will tell you that solution. We also call this as Margarita magic. You made that word. So what they need to do is that get a H-1B, and the H-1B starts when? H-1B starts on October 1st. So technically, if he gets a H-1B approval with the I-94 in August and September, what he will be? He will be an L1, L2, or H-4, or whatever the visa. He will not be an H-1B until October 1st.
Right.
What to do on October 1st? He can't be an L1. So what he could do is, on October 1st, though, he will take a leave of absence from his company.
Okay.
On October 2nd, he flies to Mexico. He has a margarita, and he comes back on L1 visa.
Oh, okay.
In that way, in that way, if he wants to convert into H-1B, though, he can convert into H-1B at any point of time, assuming that his I-140 is approved or he hasn't completed the 6 years of the H-1 and L-1 combined, though. He can revert back to H-1B, or he or she can revert back to H-1B at any point of time in the next 90 years.
Okay.
Why
And
not 91 years?
They don't need to go to Mexico for that. Is that correct?
No, they don't need to. They can transfer the visa status from L1 to H-1B at any point of time in the next 90 years. They can go to India, stay there for 10 years, and still come back on H-1B at any point of time. All right. Does it have to be the same company that filed the H-1B? No. Does they have to do it before the H-1B validity expires? No. It has to be within 90 years. So why not 91? I don't expect them to live that long.
All right, thank you, sir.
So in this method, though, by going to Mexico on October 2nd, though, they are maintaining the H-1B and they're maintaining L1. And people may ask questions, oh, my H-4 is not stamped in the passport. How can I go to Mexico? My L1 visa is expired, even though my I-94 is valid. My L2 visa is expired. My I-94 is still, can I go to Mexico? Yes, you can. It's called automatic revalidation. As long as you have an I-94, you can go to Mexico and come back. That's the reason we always call this as Margarita magic. We do not call as a Punjabi lassi magic. It doesn't work. Why? Because if you go to India, you have to have a visa stamping to come back into the United States. So Punjabi lassi doesn't work. Margarita works. You go to Mexico, you don't need any visa to come back as long as you have the valid I-94 on the L1, or L2, or H4. This Margarita magic works very good.
Perfect. Thank you, sir. Let's take our next caller, Renee. Okay, caller with number ending in 2280. 2280, we're ready for you now. Hello?
Hello, ma'am. Hello.
Hi, sir.
Thank you, ma'am. Thank you, Rahul, sir, for giving us time. I got two questions. I called before also. Now I have good news. My EB1 I-140 is approved last week.
Yay.
So I'm on J1 now. So I got the waiver, sir, J1 waiver, but I got the, so I have two questions. Like, first question is, I'm not sure about the 485. It's 10 years retrograded back to Indians, and I'm just worried about that. And I got a sponsorship for O1. So can I do both, like O1 a separate side and 485 in a separate side? Is that okay, sir?
There are some issues with regards to the O1 and the I-140. But as of now, though, we have not seen any O1 getting denied because either you have filed the 485 application or whether you have filed the I-140. So you don't. Right now you can't file the 485. What is your priority date?
So my priority date is August 2022, sir.
Yeah, most probably it may not be current in October. You can file the O1 visa right now. And at a later date, though, you can file the 485 application.
Okay, but is there any good news we can expect in October, sir, with the new visa
Hopefully so.
slot?
Hopefully so. Let's see. If the good news is there, then you can file. You do the O1 in premium processing. That's my best suggestion for you right now. Okay. Since you got the J1 waiver,
okay, sir. But
don't wait. Don't wait until October. Get the O1 right now.
Okay, sir, that's awesome. So there is no problem, like if I do simultaneously O1 or if I get 485
no.
in like
that's
in
the reason I want to avoid. That's the reason I want to avoid the simultaneous thing. That's the reason I'm trying to tell you to get the O1 in premium processing. Okay.
Awesome, sir. Awesome. Yeah, I can do that. Thank you very much, sir. I appreciate that.
But congrats, you got everything lined up except the priority date. You got the EB1A approved, which is not that easy. You got the J1 waiver, which is very good.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, you're lucky. And you got the O1 sponsor too.
Thank you.
You got everything lucky except the priority date. Let's hope Raja Krishnamurthy does the magic for us.
All right, so stay online. I'm going to send you our address so you can send us like some tequila bottle or something else,
Okay.
Kidding, just kidding. But
thank you very much.
Thank you, sir. Thank you so much for calling it. Okay. All right, let's take our next
call. I really appreciate your support. Yeah.
Thank you.
Thank you. All right, let's take our next caller. Okay, caller with number ending in 1777, 1777. We're ready for you now. Hello?
Hello.
Hello, sir.
Hello, Nitya Garu. Hello,
Hi, sir.
Rahul sir. I have one question, I think. So if at all, if we hear any good news about I-485, so in order to file I-485, I heard date of birth certificates are needed, right? So let's say, for example, if somebody is born in 70s or something like that, so in those days, actually, we didn't have a proper date of birth certificates in India, right? So do we need to take it separately in a certain format, or do we need to submit in that way, or how we have to take?
I have a solution for you. You can submit with 2 affidavits, okay? You can get the affidavits format in rnlawgroup.com. Those formats are there. 2 relatives, your cousins, anybody can give 2 affidavits. It's easy. You can get them in 2 days, 1 or 2 days. The people who are here in the United States can also give you affidavits. It takes 1 day for you to get them. You can file it. However, though, you may need to get a non-availability certificate, which is available in Telugu states, though. In most of the states, a non-available certificate is there. What you need to do is that you need to go and apply. Hey, do I have a birth certificate? I don't. Tell me, I don't. Give it to me officially that I don't have a birth certificate. They will tell that we have searched Mr. Srinivas Rao, who was born on July, who we searched on July 3rd, 1975, but we couldn't find any record. So there is no birth certificate on Srinivas Rao. They will give a certificate. That along with the 2 affidavits is good enough for you to get the 485 approval. Okay? But to file the 485, if you can't get the non-availability certificate before October 1st, and you have to file the application October 1st, with 2 affidavits, go ahead and file the application and then try to get the non-availability certificate. Now, normally when they issue an RFE, I try to get a non-availability certificate. I also provide alternative documents, Aadhaar card, PAN card, ration card, election card, all those things. School certificate, medical certificates, those things I submit along with the non-availability certificate. Whatever you have in that list, but non-availability certificate is the main thing. The format of the non-availability certificate is also there on our website. Okay?
Okay. Okay.
Yes, sir.
Yeah. Thank you, Rahul. Thank you, Nitya.
Thank you, sir. Thank you so much for calling in. Sorry,
I'm going to put a link of non-availability certificate and affidavits in the chat, guys. You can get that one.
Okay. Thank you, sir. Thank you so much for going. Yeah. All right. Thank you, sir. Thank you so much for calling in.
Thank you.
Okay. All right. Guys. Ooh, it's 9:25. We've really stretched this show as long as possible. Rahul Garu, as so many of our callers keep telling you this, and we can't thank you enough for your service to the community and the amount of help you're providing to people. More than earning the dollars and the greenbacks, you're earning very good karma, sir. So thank you so much for doing this for TvAsia Telugu viewers as well. Really appreciate that, sir. Thank you.
Thank you for inviting me here.
And to all our viewers, we'll be back same time, same place next week. Rahul Garu will be there. We'll be answering a lot of questions. Like I always say, please try to call us so we can get any pieces of missing information so Rahul Garu can help you better. And until then, have a safe week, have a great week. We'll see you then next Sunday. Thanks. Bye.
Thank you.